Hello everyone, this is M. Jalindar, pursuing Bachelor of Science, MPC final year in TTWDCM, Karimnagar. Let me talk about energy. Energy is the capacity to do work. So, for every work done and the vibration in the universe, there must require a fundamental physical quantity that is energy. So, let me ask the question, where does this energy come from? How does it generates or forms? So the answer is energy is neither created nor be destroyed, but it can be converted from one form to another form, and the total energy of the universe is always remains constant. So these things are stated by the law of conservation of energy. So let us see some basic forms of energy in our daily life. So energy in one form may be useful for some extent. If we convert that energy from one form to another, they might be useful for large extent. For one form of energy, such as the heat energy, mechanical energy, electrical energy, is useful for some extent. So this one form of energy, if we convert like chemical energy is converted into mechanical energy, and the electrical energy is converted into sound energy, and the light to chemical energy, and nuclear to heat energy. So with this conversion, they may be useful in the large extent. Let me ask another question. Why do we need to do this kind of transformation? So I will give another example. For suppose we require large amount of electrical energy in our daily life. So energy itself does not create it. So here energy itself does not create it because by the law of conservation of energy, it's neither created nor be destroyed. So for the production of electrical energy, we require another energy to transform from it. So in that way, we use the heat or mechanical or nuclear or chemical energy to convert the electrical energy. So that's why conversion of energy or transformation of energy is very useful in our daily life. So let us see some another examples in our daily life and its application of the transformation of energy from one form to another form. Identify the energy transformation. So yes, it is the chemical energy converted into mechanical energy. Here the fuel is the chemical energy, which is converted into mechanical energy during this conversion, which make move the car forward. So the application of this transformation is the car is moving. And here another one is the electrical energy is converted into sound energy, which leads to produce sound. Generally, we use this in the sound system. Electrical energy is converts into light energy. This is the, another one. When we plug in the electrical energy convert to start to convert from electricity to light energy. So the result is glowing of a bulb. This is a general example in our daily life. When we plug in the micro oven, the energy start transforming from electrical to heat energy. So what is the application of micro oven? It's to remove the water percentage from the food items. And this is the natural one, the one and only natural one that converts the light energy into chemical energy. The process is called photosynthesis. Here, the light energy is directly converted into chemical energy. During this photosynthesis, the light plants will prepare the food through the raw material such as carbon dioxide, oxygen, and water in the presence of light. So, as we know that generally when power went off in our homes, but the bulb is still glow because we use inverter batteries. So what is happening in the inverter batteries? It is chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. So now we are going to discuss in detail the two type of energies and its conversion. that is chemical energy to electrical energy and electrical to chemical energy. So the branch of chemistry that deals with the conversion of energy from electrical to chemical and chemical to electrical energy is electrochemistry. Electrochemistry, there is something in relation in between electrical energy and chemical energy. So as we now discussed the two type of energy, that is chemical energy and electrical energy. In the electrical energy, there might be possible for the transformation of two energies from chemical to electrical energy. In the first case, there is also another case that converts the electrical energy into chemical energy, or the electrical energy is required to break down the chemical. So the case one, electrical energy is converted into chemical energy. So I will give an example. So, so generally decomposition of water molecule into individual hydrogen and oxygen. So naturally this reaction is not possible because the water doesn't get decomposed, but it evaporates or vaporize. So to perform this reaction, we acquire a external influence, that is here we use electrical energy. So this is an example for conversion of electrical energy into chemical energy, or here electrical energy is used to break down the chemical, that is water. So let us see the arrangement of this experiment. Here you can see there is two conductors, that is electrodes, which are connected with wires, and in the water, and the hydrogen is deposited. Hydrogen and oxygen is deposited at their respective electrodes, positive and negative electrodes. So this is here a conversion from electrical to chemical energy. So as we know, we are more familiar with the chemicals. The chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. We are mostly familiar with this one, that is battery. So battery itself possesses some chemical energy, which in turn give the bulb to glow. That means the chemical is converted into electrical energy. So now our topic is the conversion from chemical to electrical energy, and working of a battery, how the battery works on the principle, how it converts the chemical to electrical energy. That is, I am going to explain, that is electrochemical cell or galvanic cell, and its arrangement and its working and the cell representation and the example. So electrochemical cell. So as the word suggests, there's something electricity and it's chemical, and this going to happening in the cell. That is also called as galvanic cell. So yeah, the galvanic cell. The cell is the device that converts the chemical energy into electrical energy. That called galvanic cell simply. So example of galvanic cell is Daniel cell. So far we have defined what is galvanic cell. Now we are going to see the arrangement in the galvanic cell. Galvanic cell is the example for electrochemical cell. Here the note everyone. Here the chemical energy is converting into electrical energy, but here not we are doing electrolysis uh, to break down the chemical or the electrical to chemical energy. But here the chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. For that connection, here we use the two electrodes for the conduction of electricity. Here this is the cell. The cell is our compartment. Here the cell is the compartment. The cell is consist of two half cells, where the oxidation is going place takes place. That is oxidation half cell, where the reduction is also takes place. This is called the reduction half cell. Here it consists of two compartments. This divide consists of two compartments. So let us see also the arrangement. Here the zinc rod dipped in aqueous zinc sulfate solution, which is worked as the anode. Here the oxidation takes place at this electrode. And there's another electrode that is copper rod dipped in aqueous copper sulfate solution. Here it works as cathode. Here reduction takes place. So are you following me? Okay, if you are following me, try to answer the question. What is meant by oxidation and reduction? Yes, oxidation is the loss of electron, reduction is the gain of electron. So when these electrodes are connecting with copper wires to the voltmeter, and after this oxidation and reduction undergo redox reaction, after some time, there are some concentration of the solution is increases and another concentration of the solution is decreases. So they are electrically imbalanced. To maintain the electrical neutrality, there is some salt which maintain the electrical neutrality. So generally, the salt bridge is with agar-agar or KCl, potassium nitrate or ammonium nitrate, which is with equal transport number. And this is all about the arrangement in electrochemical cell or galvanic cell. Now let us see working. How does it works? Uh, Galvanic cell. So as we know, the zinc rod is dipped in zinc sulfate solution and copper rod is dipped in copper sulfate solution. And this is anode and cathode. Whenever these are connected with a voltmeter, when the zinc get oxidizes and oxidizes into Zn plus 2 and releases electron. Here you can see the electrons are flows from anode to cathode, and these electrons are accepted by Cu2 plus ion, which is present in the copper sulfate solution and get accumulate. Uh, Let me write here. Here, here Zn oxidizes as your zinc rod get oxidizes and releases Zn2 plus and with two electrons, and these two electrons is accepted by copper 2 plus Cu2 plus ion and get reduced and forms and it get absorbed on the and the rod of the, and the copper rod get absorbed with the copper. This is the physical process. Generally, this is the physical process. So as the time increases, what is going on here? As the time increases, what is going on? The concentration of zinc sulfate solution is increases. Why? The Zn is oxidizes and copper rod is copper sulfate solution is decreases and the copper rod is reduced by the accumulation or the absorption of Cu on the copper electrode. So why, here is the question for you, why zinc will oxidize and works as the anode, but why not the copper? Because this is based upon the reducing property. Due to low reduction potential value, for the high reduction potential value, these are respectively behave as a oxidizer and so one is the reducer. So as the electrons are starts here we are now, the electrons are start flow from anode to cathode. So the flow of electrons from anode to cathode, but the flow of current is opposite to the cathode to anode. So this is the reverse. So to maintain this electrical neutrality to here, as we know that the Zn plus 2 ions were increases. Here the sulfate ions are increases. To maintain this chemical imbalance, there is salt which with equal transport number will reaches the Zn and sulfate ions and make them electrical neutral. So that's why this part the electrochemical cell is chemically balanced. So now this is what's working, and in this way the flow of electrons leads to the, what is meant by the flow of electrons? The flow of electrons is called the production of electricity. So yes, it's completed. The flow of electrons leads to electricity. The chemical is complete. Chemical energy is completed into electricity through flow of electrons. Now, here at anode, we told oxidation is takes place. At cathode, the reduction is takes place. So, let us write what are the reactions takes place at the anode and cathode. So at anode, see here, at anode, zinc get oxidizes. So Zn plus 2 electrons. And what happened here at cathode? Copper get reduced. Cu 2 plus 2 electrons, which give the solid Cu. This is 2 electrons. This is 2 electron, which gives rise to copper. So these are the two half cell reactions occurs at the electrochemical cell. So then what is the overall cell reaction? So here 2 electrons cancel. So then overall cell reactions is given as Zn plus Cu2 plus gives rise to zinc get oxidizes and give zinc 2 plus ion, copper reduce it to copper, which is in solid, and ion forms aqueous phase. So this is about the cell reaction in the galvanic cell or electrochemical cell. So here almost we done, almost we completed up to cell reaction. So how to represent a cell? So here the cell is it is very large. So how to represent it in the chemical? So let us see the cell representation or cell notation. Here, left side, oxidation takes place. Anode half cell and cathode half cell at the right side. Here, is it visible? Here, single vertical line denotes the phase boundary between zinc solid and Zn2 plus aqueous form, and double vertical line represent the salt bridge. So this is about the cell representation. And another one, maybe there is a question arises in your mind. To maintain the electrical neutrality, is there any possibility to put instead of the salt bridge? Yes, is there another possibility, that is a membrane called uh, use a membrane, that is porous membrane or porous plug. Here the distribution is takes place cations and anions to metal electrode, and they become also electrical neutral. So the cell representation is different in case of this by using the porous plug or porous membrane. So the cell representation is given as, in case of porous plug or porous membrane, here Zn. So I will make the brush larger. So Zn colon copper 2 plus. Here instead of vertical line, here we use column. For single vertical line, for the phase boundary here we use semicolon. So Z and 2 plus. So this is what the cell representation when the presence of porous plug or porous membrane. This is about the working and the cell representation and arrangement of the electrochemical cell. That is the working of the battery, how the battery will generate chemical to electrical energy, which we are useful in our daily life. And thank you everyone for giving this golden opportunity to share, to present my class and the lecture. Thank you everyone.